Ballots are in the mail today for the Millard Public School bond issue. The Douglas County Election Commissioner mailed them out for the county's first all-by-mail ballot, with the state's voter ID law now in effect.
Since it's an all-by-mail election, you don't have to request a ballot, right? So all registered voters will receive one in the mail. The Millard School District covers both Douglas and Sarpy counties. More than 64,000 ballots will go to Douglas County and more than 15,000 to Sarpy.
The voter ID requirement will be fulfilled when you return your ballot with one of three options to do that.
The first option is to check this box and write down their Nebraska driver's license or state ID. We are encouraging voters to use that option if possible, and it's important to note that about 98% of all Nebraskans do have a Nebraska driver's license or state ID.
Now, the other options are to check a box and include a photocopy of an acceptable form of ID, or check another box saying that you're unable to obtain the proper identification. There is an instruction sheet in the envelope.
All ballots must be in the hands of the election commissioner by Tuesday, February 11th by 5 p.m. The best way to ensure it makes it there in time? The drop box.
Now, the ballots that are on their way to homes in the Millard School District are asking a yes or no question for a $158 million bond.
First Alert reporter John Chapman tells us how that money would be spent.
Back in 2011, a 17-year-old walked into Millard South High School and opened fire. 2 administrators were shot. The school's assistant principal, Vicki Casper, died from her injuries. That was long ago. But Millard Public School Superintendent Dr. John Swartz says safety and security is something his community has constantly told the district is very important.
We conducted a safety audit a little over a year ago, and the feedback we received was that our processes and procedures were phenomenal. Our staff does a great job. Where we have room to improve is in our facilities. Most of our buildings in Millard were built in the 1960s to the 1990s, when school safety wasn't thought of the same in building design.
Dr. Swartz says 77 of the $158 million bond request would go to making the buildings in the district secure, changing the entryway so people could not just walk right in.
The secure entry vestibules was the #1 recommendation that came from our safety and security audit. It would ensure that everybody had to be routed through a locked vestibule into a locked office before they would gain access to the rest of the building. It's a huge improvement. And in some of our buildings, our office is a fair distance away from those front doors, and so this would be a very impactful added safety feature to the 21 schools that don't have it currently.
Other dollars will be used to renovate some of the older schools, updating the skilled trade space and space for special needs students. Dr. Swartz says the improvements and the safety and security updates won't change the tax rate for homeowners in the district.
Our tax rate is currently at 11.5 cents, and our pledge is that the tax rate would not increase if this bond issue passes. And we have a good track record for being able to deliver on those promises.
In Millard, I'm John Chapman, First Alert 6.
Dr. Swartz says the district has had more than 50 bond presentations in the Millard community. The next one is scheduled for Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Millard North.